Do you know that America has the first black female president? Apparently, she tweeted, "Investing in America means investing in all of America. When I ran for president." Well, technically, maybe America doesn't have a president. She just ran, right? So maybe she didn't get elected. I made a promise that I would leave no part of the country behind. Yeah. So people are a little bit abused by this. She deleted the tweet immediately, and some people are shocked that, oh my god, it's not Joe Biden that's tweeting from his account. And I don't want to be a leftist, but why would you assume that it is? Like, has any politician at any point claimed that they actually tweet from their account? We do live in an era where politics is heavily controlled by PR. I mean, there are people that teach politicians how to do hand gestures. It's down to an art form. They give politicians what to read. They read from a prompter. Like, nothing is real. There is very little soul and very little passion. I mean, I saw even when Mitch McConnell had what appeared to be a stroke. I don't know if it was a stroke or not, but he was clearly unwell. He was escorted out, and people continued as if nothing happened. And I'm like, dude, like, that is so fake, isn't it? Because, like, if you have a person with a stroke, like, as a human being, you'd stop whatever it is you're doing, unless it's like something like critical, driving a car or whatever. But like, and I'm not talking about Mitch McConnell feeling unwell, because obviously that did happen. I'm talking about the way people reacted about it. Like, any human being, if you're at a party and someone appears to be having a stroke or an epilepsy crisis or anything that jeopardizes their health, people stop the party. They give attention to the person. Even in Romania, I think like the politicians would be like, well, due to unforeseen circumstances, we're going to have to postpone today's press conference. We apologize, but well, right? Isn't that the human thing to do? Isn't that like the normal thing to do? But no, in America, they just continue business as usual. Like, pretend nothing is happening. Because at the end of the day, they just have to read from the prompter. Like, they already know their talking points. We saw even with Joe Biden, like, they know exactly what journalists to nominate. They know exactly what's going to be asked of them. It's like bread and circus. That's what it is. It's really sad. In the case of Karine Jean-Pierre tweeting on behalf of Joe Biden, I would doubt that it's even her. It's probably an intern that has access to the account. But again, like, why would people assume that the people running the account are the same people with the name on the account? Like it's behind a computer screen. Like, it can literally be someone else. They can just give their accounts to someone. This happened with Greta Thunberg. Like, there was a bug on Facebook at some point, and I don't know exactly how, but you could see actually who was behind the account. Like, you could see if someone else was logging in. And in the case of Greta Thunberg, it was an Indian person from the United Nations and her father. I wasn't surprised at all. I mean, at the time, I knew how Greta Thunberg speaks in public and how she tweets online. I mean, I guess, like, the only thing that people are a little bit upset about is the fact that, during the fires, because I think, like, this is what this refers to. Like, there were some really nasty fires in the United States, and they led to a lot of damages. A lot of people lost their homes. And they were expecting that Joe Biden, would talk about it, but he did mention it like a couple of times. But apparently, if this tweet refers to that, well, it's not even him tweeting. So can't even take like 5 minutes of your time. I understand he went on a vacation or something. Still, it is what it is. Like, politicians going to politic. Like, again, like I wonder if the politicians actually care or have convictions anymore, or is it just like reading the prompter, doing what their aides are telling them to do. I think like that's more of the job, right? Like, that's what the modern politician does nowadays. It's like, go with the ropes. You're like a figurehead. It's kind of like the American comedians. When the writers go on strike, the comedians stop broadcasting because they don't know what to say. I think it's the same. I'm surprised that politicians still have speeches, right? I think like their writers didn't go on strike. It would be actually hilarious if the writers go on strike all of a sudden, like all writers, not just the ones from Hollywood, but if all writers would go on strike, you'd see that politicians can't string two words together. It's kind of true, like a lot of these politicians, especially the American ones, never debate. Like, there's so many politicians in the United States, and I was shocked when I saw that they don't debate. I mean, they may debate like another right winger or a left leaning person may debate another left leaning person, but like very rarely do they actually get in a confrontation. And I think the reason for this is that they're advised, like their advisors are telling them there's nothing to gain from a confrontation. It's probably why Justin Trudeau never wanted to speak with the truckers as well. If you think about it, we live in the age of TikTok. We live in the age of the 10-second soundbite. So if Trudeau would have gone to the truckers and let's say a trucker would manage to say something and Justin would be annoyed and he would have like a witty comeback, that witty comeback could come back and haunt him, because if it would be like the 10-second soundbite, it would be all over the internet and go viral. So this is why like politicians just don't try to address people, don't debate, don't even use their own Twitter, don't use their own social media. It's all orchestrated. So disgusting, isn't it? It's like you would have like a little bit of a higher hopes. I guess like this is also why we don't really have statesmen nowadays, because when the war in Ukraine started, I was wondering, it's like who would be like Europe's Winston Churchill? Who would be like a statesman that would manage to unify Europe? And I couldn't think of any single person, like not a single politician. The only person that actually was on top of the situation seemed to have been Boris Johnson. Like Boris Johnson, even before America said anything about the conflict, about the invasion, he was already like, yeah, we're going to send help to Ukraine. And then he actually went himself into Ukraine, like he went to Kiev, right? He went in person. And that actually made me think that, okay, yeah, like this could definitely be a leader that I would respect. But other than that, like no one, not a single person. Like what do they have? We have a couple of photo ops with Macron that was crying in a corner, if you guys remember. Germany was pussyfooting around the issue because they had their gas line, so they were now trapped in a very uncomfortable situation because they didn't want to listen to Donald Trump. And yeah, other than that, like most countries, they don't really have statesmen. They don't really have like powerful figures. I'm looking at the United States right now. Like who is a powerful figure? Who is a leader? BlackRock, I guess. But like other than BlackRock, like who? I guess we may actually see Michelle Obama running. I wouldn't be surprised. I definitely think that's in the works. May not be Joe Biden, because even the Democrats are now distancing themselves in certain speeches. I do think it may be Michelle Obama, and I think it's going to be, like every left-leaning person is the evil conspiracy theory attacking them. So with Obama, it was like the truther. With Biden, it was the election, and with Michelle Obama, it's probably going to be related to gender, right? Because I saw like that all of a sudden is surfacing on the internet right now for no reason whatsoever. I think they're going to use that. So if you talk about that, you may get banned from social media. I have this feeling. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm good at predicting things. And I think like this is what's being set up. It's people to talk about that so that they can get banned later. Like all the political commentators that talk will be like, you said the conspiracy. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.